Hello, everybody. Welcome to another later episode of the College Football Tailgate. My bad, folks. That's on me. But we are here. Me, Chase, Das Boot, Sesams, and of course Uncle Rico are here to give you our best college plays for this Saturday. What's up, boys?
What is up?
What's up, man?
I'm feeling good.
We already had people clamoring for dogs here in the chat.
We do. Sports Facts and Bobby Thomas already clamoring for stuff.
I'm going to tell you, I've got 13 plays, and 9 of them are currently plus money. So,
you guys ready to just jump right into it?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Anybody got anything for Army Syracuse at 11 a.m.? Syracuse is a 13-point favorite, over under 50, plus 390 on the money line for Army. Chase, take it away.
Yeah, I'm taking Syracuse in the points here. For one, Syracuse has can we get the hype started for the Shredder, Garrett Schrader, for Heisman, please? This is an overreaction to Army just putting it on UTSA, whose defense I don't think might be much of anything. I'm sad to report. So, yeah, I'm all in on Syracuse here, minus 11.5, and I'm getting it at minus 110.
And you got a good Chase because it's already up to 13. So
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Virginia Tech Marshall. Marshall's minus 6 at home, over under 41, plus 185 on the money line for the Hokies. I thought about this one. I thought about taking Virginia Tech. Did I end up taking them? I don't believe so. No. I stayed away. You guys have anything in this one?
A warning not to play it.
Yep.
Don't play it.
Uncle Rico, Sports Facts is commenting. It looks like you're drinking a pint of coffee there. Oh, no, pink coffee cup. He respects the pink coffee cup.
What,
Yeah,
Sports Facts? You're too.
It says hello, gorgeous.
Oh, I like that.
I sometimes
Don't
drink
hate.
out of my wife's Be My
Don't hate.
Galentine and
Okay.
Strong Like a Mother coffee cup.
I will break out my Beaver coffee mug, my Beaver coffee mug next week.
I love it.
Here we go.
Florida State, Clemson. Florida State minus 1.5 on the road, over under 55.5, plus 110 on the money line for Clemson. I got something to this one. Chase, you do as well. Eric, are you staying away?
I wanted to. I mean, I didn't do anything. I'll tell my thoughts on the game after you guys tell your bets.
Chase, go ahead. Because I know
Yeah.
we're on opposite sides here.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that FSU easily had minus 1.5 handled. In fact, I think that they've easily got 5.5 handled. So I'm taking the alternate line, FSU minus 5.5, and I'm getting it plus 165 here. I'm not convinced by this Clemson team. I'm not convinced by Cade Klubnik. I feel like Florida State is the better team, and they're going to be well awake and aware after they kind of got a little wake up call in Chestnut Hill last week.
I also believe that Florida State is the better team, but every vibe in my body tells me that this is like the perfect Clemson ruin your season game. I'm taking Clemson, and I'm taking them straight up on the money line.
Yeah. Well, all right. What kind of value are you getting for the money line?
I got it at plus 125 yesterday. It's already down to plus 110, so I don't know if I can fully recommend it to people today, but at plus 120, I liked it.
All right. Okay.
What are your thoughts,
Here are
Eric?
my thoughts. What's the health of Jordan Travis? What percentage of Jordan Travis are we going to get? Debo as a dog against ranked opponents is an absolute insane 73% ATS.
Love betting against streaks.
Clemson's offense really hasn't looked that good. You can really tell they're lacking playmakers on the outside. But that being said, it's absolutely insane to me how Shipley doesn't have a touchdown this season. He has no touchdowns this season. So maybe the bet in this game is to take him to score a touchdown. You look at Florida State, you take out that last fourth quarter against LSU. Where do you really go, oh shit, this team's pretty good?
I think a lot of it has to do with the size and speed on defense is what really does it for me.
I don't want anything to do because I really don't know what we have with these teams, and I'm not a Covenant guy. So I'm just sitting back, and I got another game I absolutely love in the noon. 2 games I love in the noon window.
I will let you live vicariously through my Florida State alternate line bet here.
Up next, Rutgers at Michigan. Michigan minus 24 at home. Over under 43.5 plus 1,200 on the money line for Rutgers. I got something here. Anyone else got anything here?
Nope.
Nope. I know what you're doing though.
I know he's
And
coming
I
back.
like it.
I know he's coming back, but damn it, give me Rutgers plus the 24.
Hey man, what would be more embarrassing for John Harbaugh than coming back off of suspension after all that, free Harbaugh shit and then not covering against Rutgers?
Michigan
it's
hasn't.
the play.
They haven't covered one of these big spreads yet, and I don't know if Harbaugh brings in the oomph to really make it matter. I think Michigan wins, and I think they win comfortably, but I think it's 17 to 21 points.
But also, I mean, parents talk to your kids about a potent Rutgers team that's out there running these streets these days.
Watch out. Shiano fuck around and win this game? I don't think so, but
listen, Michigan hasn't played anyone but tomato cans.
It's true.
So far. This is their first test. They weren't covering those spreads, so
Speaking of tomatoes, this year's crops for me, oh my god, dude, I grew some great tomatoes.
bumper crop, eh?
What do you guys know, dude? The tomato crop this year was great.
What variety of
I had big tomatoes, had a little cherry tomatoes.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Uncle Rico and his.
do you snack on tomatoes just straight up?
No, not straight up.
Okay,
put 'em in a little
okay.
Omelet. I'm a very big BLT guy.
Love a BLT.
I'll have to get you some heirloom Warren, Arkansas pink tomato seeds because not only do they grow a delicious tomato, the city also breeds NFL receiving talent many times over.
Ooh.
Oklahoma at Cincinnati. Oklahoma minus 14 on the road. Over under 58 plus 430 on the money line for the Bearcats. Erik got to play.
All right. So let's look at Oklahoma's production. Let's just look at it. Everything has come from Tulsa and Arkansas State. They were struggled to move the ball against SMU. They averaged under 5 yards per play. This offense, without Mims, without Gray, is insanely deprived of playmakers. Stat-wise, you look at Cincinnati. I know they lost last week, but overall, they've been very good defensively. They're elite against the run. Looking at the box score, look, I was on a Miami of Ohio. They had no business winning that game, let alone covering that game. Since he had 7 trips inside the 40 and just couldn't score points. Weird things happen. It was a look-ahead spot for Cincy to this game. They had 30 first downs. I don't trust Oklahoma's quarterback to win with margin. I think this is a bounce-back spot. I like Jones's ability to extend plays. I think they're going to be able to run the ball on Oklahoma. I took Cincy here, plus 14.5, and you know what? I took them plus 450.
Ugh.
I like the play. It was one that I was on the cusp of taking Cincy in the points, but I just couldn't make myself do it. It just felt like a little bit of a trap, and I didn't quite know why. So I figured I should probably stay away.
I was on the edge of this one, and I don't take much convincing. I'm very susceptible to peer pressure. Erik, you got me over the edge here.
Yeah.
Chase knows.
I think you might have bet Purdue at my behest last night. So
I did not bet him.
So it was just me with that misery.
I got lucky.
Great.
I got very lucky. Kentucky Vanderbilt. Kentucky minus 13 on the road. Over under 50.5 plus 395 on the money line for Vandy. I got something here. Chase, take it away.
I got 3.
We'll go Chase, Uncle Rico, and then me.
All right. I've got 3 somethings here. Against far lesser competition so far, Kentucky has just failed, if we're going to talk about it in racehorse terms, just hadn't fired out of the gate. They have not started fast by any means. And they've kept some of these way shittier teams in contention for way too long. I think Vandy actually gives them a live, to maybe win this outright. But I'm going to play this strategically, knowing Kentucky's a slow starter with the first quarter money line on Vanderbilt at plus 240. And then I'm going to do Vandy first half plus 4.5 at plus 140. And then I'll go ahead and take Vandy in the points minus 13.5 or plus 13.5.
Eric, where are you going with this one?
I took Vandy plus a 13.5. Stoops, neutral field or road favorite. He's only 37% ATS as a favorite. SEC as a favorite, 41%. Vanderbilt, obviously a bounce back spot after losing to UNLV. And Kentucky has Florida on deck. So if they get up big, how much are they really going to have those guys out there? Kentucky can't get the running game going. Obviously, this is because Horsley's gone in the offensive line, really key for what they look to do in the rushing game. And let's just kind of look who Kentucky's played. Akron, Eastern Kentucky, Ball State. As crazy as it sounds, this is going to be the best team that they've played, the biggest defensive line that they've played. I'm not buying Kentucky's back four. I think Swan's going to be able to throw on it. That's going to open up to a possible backdoor opportunity and just a sleepy noon start in a conference game. I got Vanderbilt here. I just play the 13.5 though.
I basically, for all the reasons Eric said, I don't have full faith in this Kentucky team. Plus, I'm a little bit higher on this Vandy team still after the first couple weeks. That UNLV game was wonky, but I like Vanderbilt's ability to come out the gate swinging, and I don't know if I fully trust this Kentucky team at all. So I took Vanderbilt plus the 13.5, and I sprinkled a little bit on the money line. That's my main play for this one. I got it at like plus 400. Up next, SMU, TCU, the battle for the Iron Skillet. TCU minus 7 at home, over under 63.5, plus 205 on the money line for SMU. I thought about this one. I'm just staying away.
If anything, it would be the over, but I'm passing.
Yeah, I flip-flopped on this one a little bit, but staying away. Tulsa, Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois minus 4 at home, over under 54.5, plus 155 on the money line for the Golden Hurricanes. Get me away from this game.
Get far away.
Don't want anything to do with it. Western Kentucky, Troy. Troy minus 3.5 at home, over under 57, plus 150 on the money line for the red amorphous blobs.
Passed on this too. No fun belt.
No,
This is an interesting game, but I did pass on it because fuck that. Auburn.
That
sounds healthy, dude.
Healthy,
that
Jim.
really healthy, dude.
That's what this game does to me. Auburn, Texas A&M. Texas A&M minus 9 at home, over under 51.5, plus 270 on the money line for Auburn.
Look,
So
I wanted to. I can't do anything.
I gave out these on the picks porch last night because here's the deal. I hate these two football teams more than I possibly hate any other football team on the planet. And I can't root for the bomb to hit the stadium. I can't bet on that. They don't offer that prop. So what I've decided to do is take the over in interceptions for Connor Weigman, and then take the under in passing yards for Peyton Thorne and for Connor Weigman, because here's a way I can still hate them both and not have to really put action on any of them.
It's a good
That's
way.
what I'm talking about.
It's a good move. I thought about this one. I thought about going with Auburn plus the 9, but I stayed away.
I don't
Western
trust
Michigan.
Thorne,
Yeah.
being a former Michigan State quarterback, and me seeing way too many games with this.
Let's make some money. 69 saying, what doggies we betting today?
See, so far the Vandy first half and the points, the Vandy plus 4.5 in the first half, Vandy in the first quarter, money line. Yeah, they're all over the place. Took an alternate line for Florida State.
I got
Yeah,
Cincy.
Vandy and Cincy seem to be the dogs. Western Michigan at Toledo. Toledo minus 21.5, over under 52.5, plus 790 on the money line for Western Michigan. Nothing. No. Please no.
Just a solidarity. Let's go.
I will be
Western
rooting for
Mich.
Western Michigan, but cannot bet this game.
I got nothing.
Georgia Southern, Ball State. Georgia Southern minus 6 on the road, over under 60.5, plus 185 on the money line for Ball State. Also nothing.
Nope.
Nothing.
Miami, Florida, heading to Philadelphia to take on Temple. Miami minus 23 on the road, over under 46, plus 1,200 on the money line for the Temple Owls.
All right, hear me out. I'm not playing it, but hear me out. Tragic Magic. I think like the president of Temple just like dropped dead on stage earlier this week. So maybe a Temple plus the 22.5 with the tragic magic for the fallen Prez.
I would lean towards Temple in this matchup, but I'm staying away.
I got nothing.
I like Chase's take.
Yeah, I'm a vibe better. I can find a dark mood.
Texas Tech, West Virginia. Texas Tech minus 5.5 on the road, over under of 54, plus 188 on the money line for West Virginia for the Mountaineers. I have a play in this game.
I wanted to, and I holstered it.
I'm playing the boys in the mountain. I'm taking West Virginia as a dog in the mountains. I think this is a close game. I think they can jump on a decent Texas Tech team. Give me West Virginia. I'm gonna sprinkle on that money line too.
Yeah, plus what? That's exactly what I was going to do if I'd played it. I love it, Jimbo.
New Mexico, UMass. UMass minus 3.5 at home, over under 48.5, plus 150 on the money line for New Mexico.
Nothing.
No, thank you. Bobby Thomas is asking you, Eric, did you see the Tucker article in the Free Press?
Yeah.
Oh, and he made sure we saw it too.
He made sure we all saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's an idiot.
Boston College, Louisville minus 14 at home, over under 54.5, plus 425 on the money line for Boston College.
I kind of think that this number is right. They did a good job of not overreacting to a close game against Florida State last week. I think 2 touchdowns plus is around the number.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted nothing to do with this one. This one, though, I've been dabbling back and forth. Duke, UConn. Duke minus 22 on the road, over under 45, plus 950 on the money line for the UConn Huskies. Eric, I'm sad to say the UConn Huskies might be back on my auto fade list.
I mean, look, the spot kind of says to play UConn here.
I know it does.
But obviously with the injuries to the quarterback, I don't trust the backup quarterback. Offenses look putrid. Couldn't do anything against Georgia State. I want nothing to do. And Duke's pretty legit with that defense. They look pretty good. I'm looking forward to that game against Notre Dame next weekend. This is just a stay away for me, though.
Same here.
Yeah, it's a stay away, even though just with where this hits with Duke having Notre Dame next week, it would definitely be the place to take UConn.
BYU, Kansas minus 9.5 at home, over under 55.5, plus 290 on the money line. I know I got to play in this one. Anyone else got anything in this game?
Nope.
Give me the Mormons. Give me the Mormons plus 9.5. I know there's a potential letdown spot after beating Arkansas, but I do not care. I'm high on this BYU team. They have looked like exponentially better every single week. I don't know why that stops against a Kansas team whose defense I do not trust.
And their wide receivers catch fucking everything. If it's tipped, if it's just seems like it's out of reach, they just catch everything. It's frustrating as shit.
These are grown men playing a kid's game. Give me the Mormons. I'm going to sprinkle on that money line, too. I think they come in hot.
Well, the doctor in the house.
Yeah.
Good morning, Doc.
What up, PhD?
FAU at Illinois. Illinois minus 16 at home, over under of 55.5, plus 500 on the money line for FAU.
FAU backup quarterback.
Yeah. Stay away.
That actually pivots me on to a play the under in that game.
Oh, it might. I might. I'll lean that way, but I'm not picking anything yet. UCLA, Utah. Utah minus 3 at home, over under 51, plus 145 on the money line.
Utah?
Cam Rising not starting, by the way.
This is peak when Utah. Little, he's playing, then he just doesn't play. End of the day is this. My notes on this game are: can Utah stop UCLA's running game? That was my biggest question mark in this thing. Historically speaking, Utah has that elite front four down this year. Number 2, UCLA. In my eyes, it should be more out there playing, but for whatever reason, Chip Kelly hasn't made him the quarterback. Still does all the swapping bullshit.
I know why.
And if more plays, this is a freshman playing at Utah. Tough ass place to play. Is he going to be able to control the offense? Not getting, you know what I mean? Not making silly mistakes, snap count, all the jazz. To me, this is just kind of a stay away. Look, Utah, you won 2 games without your starting quarterback. Great start to the over 8.5. I bet. I'm just going to sit this one out.
This is one that I'm just going to have like on one of the side screens just to like peep in and out, because Utah, the couple of games without Cam Rising, their offense has looked ugly. So I'm in for probably an ugly game, but an exciting one.
Yeah.
Colorado.
Chip Kelly is the human embodiment of just a weak ejaculation.
Yeah.
So I expect him to just meh through this game. Chip Kelly.
Colorado, Oregon. Oregon minus 21 at home. Over under of 70 points. Plus 615 on the money line for the Colorado Buffs. Chase, you got something here?
Yeah,
Morning
give
Tether
me
TV, by the way.
the unders taker decided to be an overs taker today, and I'm taking the over, and I went on an alternate. I'm going over 71.5 for even money shot there. Not only does Colorado score a lot of points, they give up a lot of points too. I don't expect the trend in giving up a lot of points to stop when they don't have Travis Hunter. But they did show that they can score a little bit without Travis Hunter. So I do think that this is going to be pretty high scoring. I can see a game like 40-something, 30-something.
Eric, you got anything for this one?
Hunter's out. This really affects the back four of the Buffs. Are they going to be able to get stops? You can say what you want about Prime, but this team, they only have one more win and they hit their total. I think he's exceeding expectation, but he doesn't have the talent level yet. I think we're going to see more people transfer in. Also, I think next year it's going to be interesting to see what their schedule is, because it's just been big game after big game after big game after big game. Eventually, these kids are going to get tired. They're going to get worn down mentally with Hunter not back there. I saw Dave Mason, friend of the program, tweet out that the 2 biggest liabilities for BetOnline, Colorado plus 21, Colorado money line. And he's like, this has never happened before. If I were to take a bet here, I would definitely lay the points with the Ducks, but this is just a stay away from me.
I'm with you there. I would also lay the points
Bo
with
Nix
the Ducks,
at home.
But
Bo Nix at home.
God damn it. No, I'm staying away. Staying away. Stay strong. Stay strong.
The dude who bet Wyoming, does he want to roll over the?
Yeah, Tether. You got to. Do you want to roll over your money, or do you want to cash out?
You want to cash out the 22.73 winner.
Ohio Bobcats, Bowling Green, Ohio minus 13 on the road, over under 45 plus 380 on the money line.
Man, God no, I want no part of this shit.
No, nothing. Maryland, Michigan State, Maryland minus 7 on the road, over under 52 plus 235 on the money line for Sparty. Eric, what are we playing?
Oh God, get ready to swallow your bleach, boys. I took Michigan State plus the 8. I also got them at plus 250. Maryland's coach. Overall.
I don't hate it.
Overall.
I don't hate it.
In the Big Ten, 35% ATS. On the road in the Big Ten, overall, 31% ATS. As a favorite in the Big Ten, on the road, 25% ATS. The line is inflated because MSU just got boat raced by Washington. In my eyes, Washington, second best team in the country. Also, you look at the stats, Michigan State has the best get off the field rate on third down defense, which is even after getting embarrassed by Washington State. They have the guys in the trenches, they have the talent at the running back position, on the offensive line, on the defensive line to match up well with Maryland. I think they're going to be able to get home. We see Tua's little brother struggles with pressure in his face. He's not the most fleet of foot mobile quarterback. I think they're going to be able to make him unsteady. This is going to lead to turnovers. And last week, I mean, a middle of the week, in the middle of preparation, your head coach is pulled from you. That prep going into that game was barely any. Now you get a full week of prep. This is the bounce back spot. New coach, new beginnings at Michigan State. I got the +8. I got the +250. I think this is the best bounce back spot. And who's Maryland to be laying this many points?
That's fair. And all your points you made have been extremely valid, but we're still in the month of September, so I had to stay away. Because I liked Michigan State here, and I couldn't do it.
I like it on one thing that Uncle Rico mentioned, which is the rally around the intern. They just get up for interns in their first game, and then it goes to shit.
It's true.
I mean, Michigan
unless
State,
you're Coach O. Unless you're Coach O.
And I'm going to say it. This is a coaching upgrade with Tucker not there.
Yeah.
With Tucker not there, this is an insane coaching upgrade.
Yeah.
So I'm on Michigan State.
Sports Facts is as well.
Yeah, go white.
Oh, also, the throwback helmets are sick.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Louisiana Tech at Nebraska. Nebraska -20.5 at home. Over under 45. +750 on the money line for La Tech. Chase.
I'm sorry to do it to you, buddy, but I think you got to take the shot with La Tech there. I like La Tech getting 20.5 on the road. Give me that at -110.
That is too many points.
Too many points.
I do agree that is too many points for this Nebraska team, who just lost 2 of their running backs for the season. I will iterate that every time. I'm not playing anything in this one, though. Staying away. Ole Miss, Alabama. Alabama -7 at home. Over under 56. +205 on the money line for the Rebs. Chase.
I smell blood in the water with Alabama. I smell blood in the water. Listen, I don't think that Alabama has really anyone at quarterback. But the biggest factor in this game is I think this is the weakest Alabama secondary we've seen in a decade. Like, if you think about how open Texas receivers are, if Ole Miss can get big chunk plays on first down and get off to running and start playing that fast break football, I kind of think Alabama is fucked here. I'm not even going to dabble with the points. I'm on Ole Miss straight up +230 on the money line.
I took the points and the money line as well for those exact same reasons. I think Ole Miss can make it fast. And I know Lane wants it bad. He wants it so bad.
Yes, so bad.
This is the lowest point for Alabama this season. This game opened up at 11. It's bet all the way down to 7 right now. Saban 20-2 versus former assistant coaches. Interesting trend. Teams that are 3-0 and 3-0 ATS playing their first conference game. Only 43% ATS since 05. Interesting little trend.
Good thing I'm betting on the money line.
Hey.
Dart's been playing great. Ole Miss's defense, they really couldn't get stops against Tulane. Tulane should have probably straight up won that game. Georgia Tech should have covered. I think it's kind of fluky, this Ole Miss defense. I really don't trust it. But then you have Tommy Rees calling plays. Look, to me, this is see what these teams are, because both these teams, in my eyes, have a lot of questions.
I don't hate that way either, but I'm riding this Lane train, baby.
You know, it's funny. You're saying, Alabama team is having trouble, or sorry, this Ole Miss team having trouble getting stops. Turns out the Alabama team is having trouble getting forwards. They're not really moving very well. So I don't know how that works out with physics.
Tether TV was asking how the rollover system works. So what you would do instead of cashing out the $20 or so that you won.
I bet 25. So that means he won $22.73. So I can Venmo him or $22.73, or you can roll that over to a bet this week, whatever.
Where Erik would then bet $22.73 on another bet.
So just DM Jim what you want done, and we'll go from there.
Let's just keep winning mechanical parlay style for Tether TV and see if we can work that up to a couple grand by the end of the season.
Well, Erik, you're not going to love it.
He must have missed that part.
He'll take his Oklahoma. He did miss that part. He'll take his Oklahoma Sooners minus the points against Cincinnati.
So minus 14.5. You're in.
Got some hot peer pressure in the chat right now. Love it.
My favorite is Big Herm. Did you see what Big Herm said?
I mean,
sorry.
She's
I'll show it again.
Right now. Do you want me to go ask what's more likely to happen?
More likely to happen: Selma Hayek to fit in a turtleneck or Vandy beating Kentucky outright.
Like the gift says, why not both?
Yeah, I think they're both equally as likely.
And I'm talking about both boobs.
UTSA, Tennessee.
Go ahead.
I barrel forward, Chase. I don't know what to do. I'm bad at transitions. Tennessee minus 24 at home, over under of 60 points. No money line posted as of now, thanks to...
What's going on with Davis?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You know, the UTSA quarterback they could actually move the ball through the air whenever he was in. He threw for like 300 yards and a couple touchdowns in that game against Army, but that defense looks atrocious. I'm afraid Tennessee might make them look stupid.
I need to see a recent picture of Josh Heupel before I make any decisions on this game.
You need like the body mass index calipers to pinch him with.
This is a few days ago. It's not great. He's not looking that. He's got a fat face, but his body's not really there. So I'm staying away from this one. I gotta stay away.
Yep.
Rice, South Florida. Rice minus 2.5 on the road. Over under 57.5 plus 125 on the money line for South Florida. I got something here. Jason's got something here. Erik, do you have something here?
No, dude. I'm gonna be fully focused on the Michigan State game at this point.
Take it away, Chase.
Okay. This is a terrible line, and I'm going to take advantage of it by playing an alternate line. I've got Rice minus 5.5 at plus 145. Listen, USF, despite what you think of how Alabama's offense played, like they still had to play against the Alabama defense. That has a way of carrying over into the next week. And it's not like they really like shut down Alabama. They were also playing in a monsoon. Like they weren't great, but they also had all sorts of conditions working against them. So I think that USF is crazy overvalued going in this Rice game, and I think that they get thumped by a Rice team that hasn't been worked over by some bullies recently.
Yes, Bobby Thomas, huge letdown spot for the Buffs. I'm with Chase on the Rice Owls. We're hooty hoo all day. Huge letdown spot. They're beat up, and I think they're overvalued because I think that game was more Bama failing than South Florida succeeding.
For sure.
Up next, Oklahoma State, Iowa State. This is a gross game. Don't watch this if you can help it. Iowa State minus 3.5 at home, over under 36.5. God damn.
I wanted to sprinkle on Oklahoma State, but I also would want way better odds than just plus 140 on Oklahoma State. No part of this.
I hate the Lakers 99. Yes, JT fucking Daniels, killing it. I also wanted nothing to do with this Oklahoma State Iowa State game. I thought about maybe taking up the mantle chase and betting this under.
Yeah,
I might.
Yeah,
but I'm staying away.
I imagine playing an under 36.5 in a Big 12 game. That feels wrong.
It feels awful.
Yeah, it feels very Big 10.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that feels awful.
Central Michigan at South Alabama. South Alabama minus 16.5, over under 47.5, plus 510 on the money line.
Look, if Emmanuel was 100%, I would be on CMU right here.
Yeah. He's not.
With that being said, it's a pass for me.
I'm passing here.
It's a spirit. We're spiritually on CMU.
Yep. Spiritually, they are with us. Tether TV says, rumor has it that Oklahoma State players are going to quit the team for the season after this game.
We finally figured out how much Gundy is too much Gundy.
We've hit the limit.
Oh, my God. If Michigan State can hire Gundy, dude, that'd be awesome. Dude, that'd be a huge upgrade.
It would be a win for Gundy. He'd live close to Kid, could hang out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
He'd take that in a heartbeat.
Can you imagine Gundy? You're going to have to loan your El Camino to Gundy and Kid Rock, just like, tearing around town, pouring out a sip for fucking Joe
God.
C.
Oh, yeah, baby. Eastern Michigan, Jacksonville State. Jayville State -7 at home, over under 51, plus 205 on the money line for Eastern Michigan.
God damn it, I love this Jacksonville State team, but I'm not doing it.
I wanted to take EMU here.
I also wanted to take EMU here.
But I have way too many goddamn bets today, so.
Oh, if that's your only reason, fuck it. I'm firing off EMU +7 straight up. There we go. It's done. Rep. We're done. Georgia Tech, Wake Forest. Wake Forest -3.5 at home, over under 58.5, plus 150 on the money line for the Yellow Jackets.
Big hand for Georgia Tech. 5 points in a spread these days. Things are changing down in Atlanta.
This came down. I got it at 4. I took it at 4. I took Georgia Tech +4. 3.5. I'm a little more iffy on, but I don't hate it.
This Buster, what's his name? Buster Faulkner. This guy is going to be Alabama's OC next year. I'm calling it right now. Like, he's going to be Alabama's OC next year, or he's going to have a head coaching job. That Georgia Tech offense, for the, excuse my language, lack of playmakers and weapons they have, elite. You get him somewhere with some playmakers, some NFL talent. You can see in 5 years, this guy's going to be like the Kansas head coach. Just take that middle of the pack team and just come out of nowhere. So yeah. I would go.
Lance Leipold will be at USC at that point.
What? Lane Kiffin will be at USC?
No, Lance Leipold at Kansas.
Yeah, he'll be at USC.
He'll never get fired. He's done too much.
Or Michigan State, I'll back a Brinks truck up to him.
Michigan State.
They love doing that. Libibity, FIU, the airport. Libibity is -10 on the road, over under 52, plus 280 on the money line for FIU.
Nope.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing for me. Bobby Thomas coming in saying Elko to MSU is pretty much a done deal from what I've heard.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Was that the golfer, Ernie Elko? Is that who we're talking about?
Little Mike Elko action, buddy.
I will say this. A, that's not his real name, and B, he has ties to the program. So if anyone would know, he would know some stuff.
That's fair. Southern Miss, Arkansas State. Southern Miss -6.5, over under 47.5, plus 200 on the money line. I got something. Chase has something. Eric, are you going to make this a 3?
No, but I think Frank Gore Jr. is out, isn't he?
I don't care. Chase, go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of think that Arkansas State might be the worst football team in the country right now. They beat Stony Brook last week. They honestly got outplayed by Stony Brook. Stony Brook just happens to be a little bit, might be one of the, a middle tier FCS team. I took an alternate line. I think Southern Miss runs it up and fills them in. I'm going Southern Miss -7.5. Got it at plus 125.
I also went Southern Miss. Arkansas State is on the auto fade list. They are just, I can't do them.
It's not that good. It's not that good.
They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. Yeah, give me Southern Miss minus the points. Arizona, Stanford. Arizona -13 on the road at Stanford. Over under of 60, plus 360 on the money line for the Cardinal.
I like this Arizona team, but are they trustworthy? I don't think they are. I don't think they are. It's a stay away.
I'm staying away as well. Oregon State, Washington State. Oregon State -2.5 on the road. Over under 57.5, plus 125 on the money line for Wazoo.
The Nobody Wants Me Bowl.
Eric, go ahead.
That's a good name. That's got to catch on.
Like to run. What's the strength of this Washington State defense? Their defensive line. Beavers back four is weak. We talked about during the Pac-12 preview. You're going to be able to throw on this team. I think Ward is going to be able to take advantage of the holes that the Beavers have in their secondary. He has 9 touchdowns, 0 INTs to start the season. You look at who Washington State has played. They dismantled Wisconsin in a game that wasn't even close. They played Colorado State, who all three of us think is a pretty good team. So they're a little bit more battle tested, and they handled both of those teams. Neither one of those games was in doubt. You look at Oregon State, San Jose State, and UC Davis. San Jose State is missing NFL players on the line. This is going to be the best team by far that Oregon State has played against. I don't trust DJU. Beavers have a primetime game against Utah on deck. This is the letdown spot. Washington State historically covers this at home as a conference dog, 56% ATS. You take USC out of there, this number is close to 60%, like 59.53%. Give me Washington State here plus the 3 points.
For all the reasons Erik said, I feel like this is a wrong team favored situation, especially Washington State at home. I got him plus 3. I'd take him on the money line too, honestly. Give me the Cougs all day. Nevada, Texas State. Texas State minus 17 at home, over under 59, plus 580 on the money line for Nevada. I thought about going Texas State here. Nevada's also working their way to the auto fade list very quickly, but I'm staying away.
Was it Air Force that just thumped Nevada last week?
I believe
like midweek
so.
On like a Thursday or on a Friday.
I believe so.
I'm not doing it. I would be interested in dabbling in Nevada with the points here because I think that Air Force team that they ran into could quite possibly be the best group of 5 team.
This Nevada team is fucking awful.
I mean, let's think about that. What is the group? Well, we've got James Madison, Tulane,
Fresno? You gotta put Fresno in there.
Fresno's in the mix.
Fresno.
Depends how you feel about Toledo. Toledo could be legit.
You lose to Illinois, you're out.
That's fair.
You lose to Illinois. You're automatically just off the list.
PhD got Texas State to win the conference.
What is that, like 15, 20 to 1?
It must have been crazy.
I've got to think more than that.
Because they were awful last year.
Yeah.
Where were we? Arkansas, LSU. LSU minus 17.5 at home, over under 54.5, plus 660 on the money line for Arkansas. I got something. Chase, I know you have something. Erik, anything?
No.
Chase.
Oh, go ahead, Jim.
Okay. This is too many points for a game that's like historically just a very close rivalry game. This is way too many points. Give me Arkansas. Also maybe an overreaction for the close loss to BYU, and I think BYU is a legit team. LSU, I still think they're decent, but I don't think they're 17.5 point favorite decent. So give me Arkansas. Sprinkle a little bit on that money line too.
All right. Give me Arkansas plus 17.5. Of course, the obligatory sprinkle on the money line. But I also played a same game parlay here. I'm taking Arkansas on an alternate spread plus 15.5. I'm going to go with Luke Haas over 20.5 receiving yards. I'm going to go with KJ Jefferson over 36.5 rush yards. Malik Neighbors under 86.5 receiving yards, and Jaden Daniels under 270.5 pass yards. Arkansas defense is stout. I really like our secondary. We've got ball skills back there. I think that they might have a lot tougher time on offense than they expect. And I also think the deal is KJ is probably they're going to like fully take the leash off of KJ and be like, okay, if you don't see it, run. Because his protection hasn't been very great, and I kind of feel like they've been saving him, trying to avoid injury in the first 3 games. So I think he's fully unleashed to Womp.
Is Rocket Sanders playing?
I don't know. They keep they won't tell you what's wrong with his knee. They just keep saying swelling in the knee, swelling in the knee, swelling in the knee. I don't even know if he made the trip. Earlier this week, it was up in the air. I think we're fine with AJ Green and Rashad Dubinion, though.
I like it either way. Charlotte, The Clit heading down to Florida. Florida minus 28 at home. Over under 48.5. No money line posted as of now.
What? I wanted, what, 28 and a half? Is that what you said?
28, just straight up 28.
28 and a half is my buying point. Like, I'm serious. Like, that's my first note. 28 and a half. Obviously, you got Florida coming off an emotional game against Tennessee. You have the SEC opener conference play on. You have a conference game, on deck. Granted, I know it's against Vanderbilt, but you don't want to get too beat up about that. But then the flip side is, let's say Florida does take their breaks off. They're just going to turn around and hand it off to one of their 2-star running backs that are going to be playing in the league. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's why I want over 28 points. Anything under, I don't know if Charlotte can stop the run enough to do that.
That's
all that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm staying away from this one. App State, Wyoming. Wyoming minus 3 at home. Over under a 44. Plus 125 on the money line for App State. Thought about Wyoming,
Tough one.
but
Tough one.
Away. Rooting for Wyoming. I'm rooting for Wyoming here. Colorado State, Middle Tennessee State. MTSU minus 3.5 at home. Over under 51. Plus 150 on the money line.
I should be playing Middle Tennessee.
Letdown
but
spot.
I'm
I am
not
playing Middle
touching it.
Tennessee. I am playing Middle Tennessee.
But
The
I love
letdown spot of letdown spots. Give me Middle Tennessee minus the 3.5.
I got nothing.
I like this Colorado State team, but this is just a huge emotional letdown. Sam Houston State. Houston minus 11 at home. Over under 37.5. Plus 345 on the money line for Sam Houston State.
Who has yet to score a touchdown?
Wait, really?
That's
amazing.
They have yet to score a tutty.
Yeah,
I don't trust Dana. Their quarterback from Tech, Smith, has not looked good to start the season. I'm just waiting.
Tether TV asked, do you guys keep track of your personal wins and losses on bets this year so far? I keep a spreadsheet.
I have a spreadsheet that will be updated later this morning on my website for every sport.
I also have a spreadsheet. I like spreadsheets.
Mine's just for me, though. UAB, Georgia. Georgia minus 40 at home. Over under 55.
I want Georgia to win by like 70 just so we get another like Trent Dilfer just melt.
Yeah.
Fucking melt of a presser.
I love it. I want it so bad.
The Dilf is fiery.
Mississippi State, South Carolina. South Carolina minus 6 at home. Over under of 46.5. Plus 185 on the money line for the Bulldogs of Mississippi State.
This card is so good that this is one that I also thought about. I thought about a lot of these games today, man. But I'm not touching this one.
No, keep me away. I'm not touching this one either. But this is a pretty fun matchup. Akron, Indiana. Indiana minus 16.5. Over under 45.5. Plus 550 on the money line. Erik.
Nothing.
Oh, give me the zips! Do it! Give them to me. Plus the 16.5. I got it at 17. You know what? Fuck the Hoos. Fuck the Hoosiers. Give me Akron on the money line. I sprinkled. Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Oof. Ooh. Oh, that triggered the ASMR reaction.
Baby.
Woo.
Give them to me. Minnesota, Northwestern. Minnesota minus 10.5. Over under 39.5. Plus 320 on the money line for Northwestern. I would lean towards Minnesota here, but ugh. No, thank you.
Okay, nothing.
Lytle's taking Indiana money line and over alternate of 40.5 points.
Like it.
I don't know if I like the money line. It's minus 750 on Indiana.
Oh. I didn't know it was that big.
Tether TV, roughly how many bets do you guys each have placed today? I have around 16.
Jesus.
I have 3 locked in, but I've got 10 more coming.
Well, I had 16 before the show, and then all of a sudden I jumped on Erik's Cincinnati plus 14 in the money line, and then Chase's Vandy first quarter and first half.
Like a smart person does.
Yeah.
I got 7 sides and 3 money lines.
Memphis, Missouri. Missouri -7 at home. Over under 51.5 plus 220 on the money line.
This is a neutral site, I believe. Isn't this?
Yeah, it's in St. Louis.
St. Louis,
it's in
yeah.
St. Louis. No, thank you.
Doesn't this feel like a letdown spot for Missouri?
It does.
It makes me want to dabble on Memphis, but I'm not sure if I can do it. I'll take Memphis in the fight in the parking lot afterwards.
Again, one of the games I had circled didn't make the cut.
Is the Missouri quarterback playing? Sports Fat Sacks?
He did get banged up.
He did get banged up. I think he's still playing, but either way, I don't like this game at all. I would lean towards Memphis regardless. Texas. Texas, Baylor. Texas -17. Oh, he is starting?
For ESPN.
There you go. Texas -17 on the road at Baylor. Over under 48.5 plus 545 on the money line for the Bears.
This is the Bears Super Bowl.
Yeah, it is.
This is the Super Bowl. They're going to be up. Maybe look at a first quarter, first half. But I think we're going to see when they play these teams that have undersized defensive lines, in the third, fourth quarter, you're just going to see that defensive line just kind of wilt. So I would lean Bears first quarter, first half, but
+9 first half is not bad. I might fuck around with that, but I'm going to come back to that later. I would lean towards that too. It was the same thing. I had it with Wyoming, where like Wyoming was doing it in the first half, and then all of a sudden, boom. They Texas will like come back and run away with it. Buffalo, Louisiana Lafayette, ULL -10.5 at home, over under 57.5 plus 320 on the money line.
Nope.
Yeah, that's it for me.
And by the way, Tether TV, it's not. You're not against all of us. You're against Jim and Erik. There, I stayed away.
Yeah. Ohio State, Notre Dame. Ohio State -3 on the road, over under 55 plus 140 on the money line. We all have something in this one. Erik, start us off. We'll go.
Day as a favorite versus a top 20 team is only 29% ATS. McCord, in my eyes, looks completely lost as quarterback. Last year, this Notre Dame defense held C.J. Stroud to 220 yards passing. And I'm looking right now. Guess who's fourth in the NFL in passing yards?
This is C.J. Stroud.
He's
looking. He's gonna die. Like he will die, but he's looking good.
So I think they're going to be able to keep McCord in check. Everyone talks about Hartman and is he going to be able to do against the Ohio State defense? Am I the only one that has noticed that their running back is averaging 8.3 yards a carry?
Yeah, he's a load too, man.
He's good.
Oh yeah, and where was he initially committed to? Michigan State. Michigan State. Just throwing that out there for everybody. I think,
but Mel Tucker called him from a hotel room in Naples.
I think that's the key. I think Notre Dame's going to be able to run the ball here. That's going to take pressure off of Hartman. Hartman's going to be able to pick apart this Ohio State defense. Ohio State lost a flipping ton. You lose your left tackle. You lose your quarterback. Even though they probably have the best player on the field in Marvin Harrison Jr., you just look in the trenches and in the back four, Notre Dame has the advantage. I locked them in here at +3.5. Anything over 3, I like. I don't trust Ohio State to make enough stops.
Go ahead, Chase.
Yeah, I'm Notre Dame on the money line. I think they win this game straight up. They play big boy football, man. They have it's like they've taken kind of the LSU, Alabama, Georgia blueprint of like, we're going to run the ball down your throat. And then they've got some long, just monsters on defense. I think that this is the most complete Notre Dame team that we've seen in the Brian Kelly plus Marcus Freeman era. And I think this one could even be competitive to earn the right to have their ass kicked by Georgia in a national championship game.
Yeah, I'm on Notre Dame too, just money line. I only played the money line here. I just like them at home over this Ohio State. Vital Guns was asking over 54.5.
I would lean the under.
I would also lean to the under.
Lean, but it's not strong either way. Iowa, Penn State. Penn State minus 14 at home, over under 38.5, plus 460 on the money line.
Anyway, you
No,
brought
thank you.
my screen froze. What game are we on?
Iowa, Penn State.
Okay.
You know what? Because as is tradition, and I'm 2-1 so far this season on them. Give me the under 38.5. Tombstone the fun out of it.
So this is my take on this game. Cade has looked awful. Just complete.
He really
dog
has.
shit.
It's something that happens when you put on that uniform.
This is Iowa's biggest test defensively. This offensive line that Penn State has is absolutely legit. Are they going to be able to stop that two-headed running monster of Penn State? Flip side, the Penn State quarterback, this is his biggest test. Is he going to be able to pick apart this Iowa defense? Is Penn State going to be able to stop the rush game of Iowa? And the stat that really blew my mind is I was looking at the Iowa's coach. Everyone thinks he's this great coach, this great defensive-minded coach. This makes you think when there is a big spread in double digits that he'd be good ATS, right? He's only 29% ATS getting 10 or more points, which completely blew me away. The only way I can see Iowa getting points is off turnovers and short fields. To me, this is a pass. Maybe bet the total over live, just because I think as the game progresses, it's going to lead to more turnovers, more short fields.
I'm staying away. Nothing to do with this game, please. North Carolina, Pitt. Oh, Vital, before we get on. Can Iowa score more than 14 points today? If they don't, then average is going to reset back down.
What is that? 7 safeties? That's within their
They can do it.
possibility.
Does he just start going onside kick to like let's say they have 21 points? You know what I mean? Like, and there's 30 seconds left. You're just like, fuck it, onside kick. Let's get it.
Do it. North Carolina.
I would like to see that sort of unabashed, yeah, this is what's up sort of thing.
You think Kirk Ferentz would ever do that though?
No.
It's so against his blood.
No, I think he'd rather just stare at his son like he's a huge disappointment.
Yeah. He'd punt every play if he could. North Carolina, Pitt. UNC -7 on the road, over under 49.5, plus 220 on the money line. Erik, I got to play here too.
You want to go first? I'll let you go first, Jim.
I just don't trust this Pitt team. I know that this is a spot where they could get UNC, but I'm taking North Carolina. I'm taking them -7. I'm taking them on the road. Dangerous. I just think this is a different North Carolina than one we saw a few years ago. I think they are better. I think they're a little bit better defensively, and I think they're easily better than this Pitt team. Although I say all that, that is usually a game where Pitt just fucks me in my mouth. So go ahead, Erik.
I bet Pitt +8 and plus 240. Yeah. Narduzzi, 67% ATS off back-to-back losses, 55%. That's just overall in conference play in the ACC. As a dog in conference play, 56% ATS. Home dog, an absurd 70% ATS. We all know Pitt is just going to go out there, turn around, and run the ball. Against App State, UNC allowed 4.98 yards per carry. Against Minnesota, 5.48. This is going to shorten the game. Pitt's going to be able to get some first downs, limit the possessions that UNC has. And at the end of the day, do you trust UNC's play caller to take advantage of the issues that Pitt's going to have? He's content turning around and handing the ball off. They're not throwing the ball as much as they have in years past with Luongo gone up at Wisconsin. I like Pitt here in the bounce back spot. I got him +8 and plus the 240.
No, I'm on UNC. This is a vibe feel. This is just a feel right now. JMU, Utah State. JMU minus 4.5 on the road. Over under 53.5 plus 172 on the money line for Utah State. I stayed away from this one.
I think it's a place where I'm not playing it. I think this is a good spot to maybe dabble on Utah State and the money line team going from the east into the elevation of the mountains. Yeah, let's. I can't make myself do it, but I could definitely cheer for someone else sprinkling on the money line.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I kept this one out. I just don't trust it. JMU's too fucking good. Central Florida, UCF at Kansas State. Kansas State minus 5 at home, over under 52, plus 170 on the money line for UCF.
What about Will Howard? Will Howard playing? What's his status? He's hurt.
Looking it up right now. It said as of yesterday it was getting better day to day. I bet he's going to be a game time decision because this is college football.
Soft tissue injury. I don't think he plays.
Yep. Apparently, the true freshman, that Avery Johnson guy, is supposed to be really good too. But
dude, all they did when he was in the game last week was just,
yeah,
it was like watching Taysom Hill, just run.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm staying away from this one. UNLV, UTEP. UNLV minus 1 on the road. Over, under 49.5, minus 105 on the money line for UTEP. This is basically a pick 'em. Erik.
You have UNLV coming off a huge home win versus an SEC team where they're down 17-0, had a backup come in and won them the game. It's looking like their quarterback isn't going to play again, so you're going to be relying on a backup. Obviously, in my eyes, the biggest disappointment this year in college football has been UTEP. They have a playmaking wide receiver, the best O-line in the conference, arguably the best running back, arguably the best wide receiver. Their coach is admitted he's doing a dog shit time calling plays, and he's going to do a better job moving forward, constructing a play. I expect this to be a heavy rushing game. I don't trust UNLV to go in there with a backup quarterback laying points. I took the plus 2.5.
I would have, but also auto fade list for UTEP, and I don't care what Dana Dimmel says. He's a bad coach, so I don't trust him to really change the game plan that much to at least make it better. I'm taking UNLV straight up. I got him as a straight pick 'em. I just need him to win. Give me the Rebs. Give me UNLV. USC, Arizona State. USC minus 34.5, over under 62.5.
Nope.
Yeah, no. Cal, Washington. Washington minus 20, over under 57.5, plus 750 on the money line. Anybody but me got to play in this game.
Got nothing.
Cal plus 20, baby. Cal plus 20.
21, like.
I got 20.5. I really wanted 21.
Sir, I wanted 21.5. But this is just kept on dropping. Like, I'll look it up real quick. He is absurd ATS. And I just, once it got below, I just couldn't do it.
Erik,
I just know the history of this game in particular, so I had to take it.
I've got to drop off, guys. I got to deuce out early.
Later.
All right.
I had to take this, Erik. Had to take it.
Jimmy.
Like the last 5 years, this has been a one-score game.
Jimmy, sometimes I feel like proud of you, but other times I kind of feel disappointed in you.
Is this a proud or disappointed?
This is leaning toward disappointment because you missed out on the number.
Well, was it ever at 21?
It opened up at like 21.5.
So, to be fair to me, I did have a lot going on this week where I wasn't paying attention to bets. There was a lot of XFL, USFL stuff going on.
Okay, come on.
I fully admit my mind was not on the bets. Fully admit. Kent State, Fresno State. Fresno State minus 27. Over, under 47.5. Plus
he's 70.
1250.
He's 26, 11, and 1 Justin Wilcox as a dog, 70.3%
He's good.
ATS.
He's good
In
as
the
a
Pac
dog.
in the Pac-12, he is 19, 11, and 1, 63.3%. I wanted the 21.5. Like I missed out.
You do anything Kent State Fresno? I'm not.
No,
Last game, New Mexico State, Hawaii.
nothing.
Yeah, nothing for me. Hawaii -3, over under 55.5, plus 130 on the money line. I might lean towards Hawaii, but whatever. Tether TV on Twitch is asking, where can I find today's show and rewatch earlier breakdowns I missed later? Either one of our YouTubes. So at XFL Gym on YouTube or at ETOFT21 Sports on YouTube. You can find the VODs there. Erik!
Money Robin parlay, buddy.
I got one too.
All right, man. Mine's by twos, and I put them all together. Give me yours first, buddy.
Okay, so I do my thing where I do it by twos, and then I also sprinkle a little bit on just the parlay. It's my lottery ticket parlay.
Yep.
Akron, straight up.
What was the number?
Jesus Christ. Off the top of my head, where the fuck did I have it? It was like plus.
Well, God damn it. McMurphy just tweeted out that Desmond Pace will not play today because of a violation of team rules for Cincinnati. That
lame. So I am on Akron, straight up. They're plus 550. Vanderbilt, straight up. I don't remember what that was either. I just have the full parlay down.
Okay.
So I got Akron, Vanderbilt, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, BYU, Auburn, Arkansas, and Ole Miss. It's a 71,000 to 1 parlay.
My round robin parlay is Cincinnati plus 450, Michigan State plus 240, Washington State and Notre Dame both at plus 125, and Pitt at plus 240. That by twos and then one time all together.
That's how I do it.
Maybe if I had to throw one more in, probably throw Vandy. But that's.
Before we get out of here, Erik, I of course have my teaser for you. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is where I feel the most disappointed in you.
I know. This is just me grinding your gears at this point.
Jim, I'm not gonna lie. I actually went out last night, and I told the people I was with, I was like, I have the show tomorrow. God damn it, Jim's gonna tell me a teaser that's really gonna piss me the F off.
My teaser, Vital Gonzo. I'll go through my my round robin again real quick after the teaser. But here's the teaser: Cal plus 26, Maryland minus 1.5, Akron plus 22.5, Syracuse minus 7, TCU minus 1, North Carolina minus 1, West Virginia plus 11.5, BYU plus 15.5, plus 1,600.
Yeah, dude, I just disappointed in you, man.
Yeah, it's a nice little 8-team. Yeah, it's a teaser. It's disgusting, I know. Vital Gonzo, once again, my round robin was Akron straight up, Vanderbilt, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, BYU, Auburn, Arkansas, Ole Miss, all on the money line.
Mine is Cincy, Michigan State, Washington State, Notre Dame, and Pitt.
Erik, what's your favorite play of the day?
I hate to say it, Michigan.
Also,
I'll probably go Notre Dame.
This is accurate when I'm giving out the teaser.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's how I feel.
I think my favorite play is it's got to be Cal. I think I'm going to go Cal plus the 20.5. I know it's a bad number, but I don't care.
Yeah,
what single bet has made you the most cash this year?
Oh my God.
I don't, off the top of my head, I don't fucking know. Even looking at my spreadsheet. You know what my honest answer? It's probably doing a slot machine.
after Washington State, Notre Dame, and Pittsburgh. College football bets. I think the biggest one is the Wyoming money line plus 460.
Yeah, honestly, probably that.
I mean, that's the biggest one I've hit so far. The biggest money line I've hit so far. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's probably that. Okay. That'll do it for this episode of the College Football Tailgate. We'll see you guys again next Saturday. Dipping out. Later, boys. Love you guys. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.